Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. Are you sensing that marriage is calling you? Do you feel that deep connection that God is preparing you for marriage? Maybe God is preparing you to meet your kingdom spouse. We often ask God, where is my kingdom spouse? When am I going to meet my kingdom spouse? But the question is, we never ask God, how can we prepare ourselves to meet that kingdom spouse? So today we're going to dive into the topic, how we can prepare ourselves for God to lead us to that kingdom spouse. Because marriage isn't just about love. It's an assignment, destiny, and that divine alignment. So how do you know that your time has come for God to lead you to that kingdom spouse? How do you discern when God is leading you to that kingdom spouse? You'll feel that you're ready for marriage. You may yearn for marriage, and yet the time is not right. The important is to understand between your time and God's timing. You might yearn for it, and yet it's just your timing and not God's timing. It isn't about age or maybe the current season. Sometimes a desire for marriage stems from the idea of being married, without the true understanding really of what a marriage really entails. Because true readiness is an inner knowing. You know that this is a time to get married. It's not about the desire of wanting to get married, because most of the time we think about the wedding itself, and we tend to forget that marriage is a lifetime choice, not that grand idea of having a wedding, which will last you a couple of hours or even that weekend. Sometimes what feels like a delay is God's preparation. And this delay often involves testing your patience. How patient are you? And when it comes to marriage, it will taste your patience. When you don't have that patience, then you'll have a problem. But there are signs that God will show you that you are being prepared. You recognize that God is preparing you for marriage when you go through that journey of spiritual awareness and personal growth. Before you are led to your kingdom spouse, God will often strengthen him. He may not understand why, but he has to go through that spiritual awareness and personal growth as well. This will manifest in a way that it will pull you towards prayer and fasting, or even towards studying the word, so that you can be able to recognize when God is speaking to you. That is why spiritual preparation is crucial. You need to get to understand how God speaks. And this connection may lay the groundwork for your marriage. At times, marriage calls you, but it also requires you to heal. Because marriage invites two healed individuals to unite. Before entering a union, you need to reflect your wounds. What are the wounds that you are carrying? Maybe even those insecurities, both conscious and unconscious. What are those wounds? You don't want to carry those unhealed wounds to your marriage. This healing may mean addressing those childhood traumas, even those past toxic relationships, or even those insecurities. Because marriage strives from wholeness, not perfection. Whether you are successful or have that great career life, it does not automatically translate to a successful marriage. Therefore, you cannot approach marriage from a foundation of strength or maybe brokenness. Healing takes time. If you haven't healed, you need to heal before you enter marriage. That is why sometimes God is calling you for marriage, but you need to heal first. When you delay this process of healing, then you're delaying your journey to marriage. Sometimes you just need to reframe your view in marriage by shifting your perspective. Because marriage is more than just companionship. It's a divine partnership. The person that you choose to marry may lead you towards your destiny, or the destiny that God has arranged that only requires both of you to be united as one. Instead of focusing on just finding someone to marry, consider how you're going to serve in that marriage. Before seeking that spouse with aligned values that you've created, prioritize your individual purpose as well. When you understand your values, it will help you evaluate your potential partners. And you know that this person is the right person for your needs, rather than choosing just anyone just because you want a husband or a wife. Because when you marry a wrong person, your destiny that was aligned for the person that you're supposed to marry can be redirected. Maybe the person that you're married to does not support your calling. And what do? You end up doing something else. Because pursuing your calling enriches your life, and it provides that solid foundation in your marriage. But if you're not going to pursue your calling, you'll find yourself struggling, or finding yourself having to work hard for something that you're not meant to do. And you find yourself frustrated in this marriage because finances are not coming in. A strong marriage is rooted in the individual callings of both partners. While many women believe a man would marry for love, companionship, or even romance. And yet he's observing you, your communication style, your nurturing qualities, how you speak to others. He might even test your patience and you won't see it. He might be looking for that supportive partner. He could be assessing if you're career focused, or maybe you'll constantly be seeking financial support from him. You're not entering this marriage to become a liability. Your role is to become a helpmate. So you need to provide skills for you to become a helpmate. Reframing your perspective in marriage is crucial. Preparation for marriage doesn't just start when you're an adult. You go through life lessons. God uses those experiences like friendship and work, or even go through challenges to teach you life lessons. These experiences will help you cultivate crucial qualities. You also need that mental readiness when it comes to marriage in order for you to share your life with somebody else. Please have that financial stability to share with two people. But most people want to get married and they've got nothing in their bank account. Marriage is expensive. How are you going to have a wedding if you don't have a cent in your account? While you're waiting and you know that marriage is calling you, you need to be content with your singleness. You know that it's your season, but you need to be content with that season because you know God's intentions for you. Instead of being impatient, ask yourself, would you rather prefer a hasty union outside God's plan? Something that you will enter that will cause lifetime misery. Because the waiting period really is not indefinite. The lesson that you're learning now will help you in the future when it comes to your marriage. Rather than rushing into a relationship, find peace in your singleness and trust God even though you don't see it. When God shows you your future kingdom spouse, you need to wait. Don't rush him because maybe God is still working on him. He hasn't showed him who you are. Rather focus on your personal growth than waiting for marriage. And trust God while you're waiting. Waiting is a preparation, not a punishment. Try and resist from those social pressures that are going to rush you into a relationship, whether it's from that auntie or from that uncle. You know God has called you for marriage, and you know that God's timing is the best. It doesn't matter how long this will take, but you will know that you're marrying a kingdom spouse rather than an earthly spouse. Because a kingdom spouse would be aligned with your vision and purpose. Because God brings you that partner in your life because your mission is to pursue jointly. It also gives you that clarity regarding your life's purpose. Sometimes God will occasionally bring people into your life in order for you to mature spiritually. If you are not mature, maybe the person that God is bringing into your life is a man of God. So you need to be matured spiritually before you meet your spouse. Because a kingdom partner isn't just a life partner. You become a collaborator in God's given assignment. So waiting on God is an act of faith. At least that will save you from meeting those counterfeit. So in conclusion, marriage is a ministry. The journey of preparation is just as important as your destination. So that is why marriage is not something that needs to be rushed into. Finding that right partner is important. So drop a comment below. What steps are you focusing on while you're in that preparation season? Because you know that marriage is calling you. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next video.